All right, welcome boys and girls. This is NTI day 12 and you are completing problems 11 through 15 for your bell ringer, your call to the post for today's math lesson. You should have already attempted to do these on your own, and now we're going to go over your answers. This is on lesson 49 and we are completing problems 11 through 15. So you have this question sheet and then you have the answer boxes, and I'm going to go over the answers with you in the boxes. So let's start with question 11. Question 11 is a division problem, and we have 4,302 divided by 60. Okay, so I'm going to ask myself, will a group of 60 fit into 4? It won't. Will a group of 60 fit into 43? It won't. Will a group of 60 fit into 430? And it will. And how many groups of 60? Well, I try to think of my sixes, and I know 6 times 7 is 42. So 60 times 7 would be 420. You would just add a 0. And I think that's as close as we can get to 430 without going over. So 7 times 60 is 420. Write that down and I subtract. I have 10 left over and bring down my 2. So now how many groups of 60 will go into 102? 2 groups of 60 would be 120, and that's too large. So we're only going to be able to fit 1 group of 60. And if I subtract, I have 42 left. So I'm going to add a decimal point and a 0. And now I know this is going to work out evenly. 60 into 420. If I look back up here, 60 times 7 is 420. So I have 0 left over. 71 and 7/10 is your answer to number 11. Now, if you had 71 and 42 over 60, that is also correct, but you would need to simplify that fraction 42 over 60 because that will simplify. All right, number 12. When x is 2 and y is 7, what is the value of, so x is 2 and y is 7, what is the value of x, x plus y, parentheses, divided by y minus 2x. Now guys, if we remember, when we have a number right beside a variable, right like this one is, that's the coefficient, and that means we're multiplying. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to substitute in all of the numbers, all of the variables for the number that they are valued at. So x is 2, so this is 2 plus y is 7, 2 plus 7, divided by y is 7, 7 minus, and this means 2 times 2, okay, which I probably should have used like brackets instead of parentheses both times. That's okay. All right, and now I'm gonna do what's inside my parentheses. So 2 plus 7 is 9. And inside of here, I have 4. 2 times 2 is 4. I have to do that first. So I still have my parentheses. Rewrite it. 7 minus 4 is 3. And then 9 divided by 3 is 3. So the answer to that problem, the simplified version of that problem after you substitute, would be 3. Okay, and number 13 is a review of a 5th grade standard. We again are following the order of operations, this time without variables. We do have some brackets So 12 plus brackets 25 minus 5 in parentheses divided by 4. So I'm going to start with my brackets here, and inside my brackets I have to follow the order of operations. So I'm going to do parentheses first. So rewrite this. 25 minus 5 is 20. So I just did this step first. Now I'm going to finish my brackets. 12 plus 20 divided by 4 is 5. And then 12 plus 5 would be 17. So problem 13 simplified would be 17. Problem 14, we are just writing 8 times 8 times 8 times 8 times 8 times 8 in its exponential form with exponential notation. So this is 8 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 power. So 8 to the 6th power. And then problem 15, we have another division problem, this time with decimals. So 15 and 5800ths divided by 2/10. So if you remember, guys, we've already went over this in class. We can't divide with a decimal out here in our divisor. So we need to make this into a whole number. And the way we do that is we are going to move our decimal over one spot. But when we move our decimal over one spot here, we also have to move our decimal over one spot here. Okay? So that would give me 155.8. And now I can divide over here with my whole number. So how many groups of 2 will go into 1? They won't. How many groups of 2 will go into 15? 7. 7 times 2 is 14. I subtract and I have 1 left. Bring down my 5. How many groups of 2 will go into 15? 7 again. 1 left. I have my decimal point and bring down my 8. And how many groups of 2 will go into 18? And that would be 9. So my answer to this division problem is 77.9 or 77 and 9/10. And that is it for lesson 49. So please make sure you save all of these boxes to turn back into school when we go back. Thanks.